Welcome back, family, to another powerful update here on Voice of Africa, where we bring you the most important developments shaping the future of our beloved continent. Today, we're thrilled to share major diplomatic news that underscores Burkina Faso's rising influence on the global stage. Buckle up, because this story is not just about a presidential visit. It's about history, honor, strategic alliances, and the ongoing redefinition of Africa's role in the New World Order. We're talking about none other than the recent official visit of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Faso, to Moscow, the capital of the Russian Federation. This was no ordinary visit. It was a 72-hour official state mission, and it culminated in President Traoré standing shoulder to shoulder with world leaders during a momentous occasion, the 80th anniversary of Russia's victory over Nazism in World War II. Let that sink in. The leader of Burkina Faso, once viewed by many as a marginal player in global affairs, is now being invited as a guest of honor to commemorate one of the most historic and emotionally charged moments in global history. That alone sends a strong message about the evolving respect and recognition that African leaders are beginning to command on the world stage. But before we dive deeper into what this visit means for Burkina Faso, for Africa, and for the broader geopolitical landscape, I just want to pause and say, thank you. To every subscriber, commenter, and silent viewer of this channel, your support is the lifeblood of Voice of Africa. Every time you like a video, share it, or drop a comment with your thoughts, you help us push the African narrative forward. We are building something powerful here, a platform that doesn't just report the news but adds context, depth, and an African voice to global developments. And for that, I am beyond grateful. Now let's get into it. President Ibrahim Traoré's journey to Moscow wasn't just ceremonial, it was strategic. Russia, a historic power and a current geopolitical heavyweight, extended a special invitation to President Traoré, acknowledging not just Burkina Faso's current leadership, but also the country's firm stance on sovereignty, anti-colonialism, and its growing role in shaping regional stability in West Africa. Arriving in Moscow with a lean but focused delegation, Traoré was warmly received. During his stay, he participated in several high-level meetings, held talks with Russian officials, and most notably joined the commemorative activities marking Victory Day, a significant national event in Russia that honors the defeat of Nazi Germany in 1945. This event is deeply symbolic, especially for nations that have themselves resisted foreign domination and continue to fight for autonomy and dignity. Traoré's presence sent a loud and clear message. Africa remembers, Africa resists, and Africa rises. During the celebrations, President Traoré was seen interacting directly with President Vladimir Putin. The Russian leader reportedly told Traoré, "Today we are united by the fight against terrorism and extremism." This powerful statement doesn't just reflect shared geopolitical interests. It hints at a strategic alliance between Burkina Faso and Russia in the battle against militant extremism, a threat that continues to destabilize parts of the Sahel region. Now, for those who have been following the diplomatic chessboard, this visit didn't come out of nowhere. Burkina Faso has, in recent years, taken bold steps to redefine its foreign alliances, moving away from historical Western partnerships that many feel have failed to deliver security or development. The country's pivot toward sovereign partnerships, particularly with nations like Russia, is emblematic of a broader trend across the Sahel, and indeed the African continent at large. This strategic shift is not without controversy, especially in the halls of power in former colonial capitals. But on the ground, many Africans see it as a necessary move. Why? Because after decades of international assistance that often came with strings attached, African countries like Burkina Faso are choosing partners who respect their right to self-determination. And let's be clear, this doesn't mean an embrace of one global power over another. Rather, it's about African states choosing their friends based on mutual respect, pragmatic interests, and a shared understanding of the challenges we face. From terrorism to underdevelopment to the global economic order that too often leaves African countries at the bottom. Now let's return to that tarmac moment in Ouagadougou. Early Sunday morning, May 11, 2025, the skies above Ouagadougou International Airport bore witness to a homecoming steeped in dignity and honor. President Traoré's plane touched down, and what followed was a military welcome ceremony that spoke volumes about national pride. Leading the welcome committee was His Excellency the Prime Minister, flanked by government officials and representatives from various institutions. Also present was the Russian ambassador to Burkina Faso, accompanied by his close associates, a clear sign that the friendship forged in Moscow is being nurtured on Burkinabe soil. That kind of welcome isn't just protocol. It's symbolism in motion. It communicates to the Burkinabe people and the world that their president wasn't just on a foreign trip. He was on a mission of statecraft, representing a nation that is increasingly assertive, independent, and unafraid to redefine its place in global affairs. So what does this all mean moving forward? For one, it solidifies Burkina Faso's alignment with a multipolar world order. No longer content with being a pawn in East-West rivalries, countries like Burkina Faso are asserting agency, leveraging historical memory and current realities to build diverse, interest-based relationships. In practical terms, this could translate into increased military cooperation, joint anti-terrorism operations, infrastructure investment, and technical support from Russia, perhaps in agriculture, energy, or education. But beyond bilateral deals, this visit also sends a broader message to African nations. The time to speak with confidence, negotiate as equals, and act in unity is now. Traoré's visit to Moscow shows that when African leaders adopt a clear vision and back it with courage, the world listens. And not just listens, responds. It's also a lesson in diplomacy. While many African countries have faced international pressure for seeking out non-Western partnerships, Traoré is showing that it's possible to chart a path based on national interest without apology. He is part of a new generation of African leaders who understand that sovereignty is not a slogan, it's a policy framework. In conclusion, the return of President Traoré from Moscow marks a significant chapter in Burkina Faso's journey towards strategic autonomy. It is a bold statement of presence in the global arena. From the streets of Ouagadougou to the halls of the Kremlin, the voice of Faso is being heard, and not as a passive recipient of global decisions, but as an active architect of its future. And here at Voice of Africa, we will continue to follow this story and others like it because we believe Africa's stories must be told by Africans, and for the world to see our brilliance, our resilience, and our unstoppable rise. If this message moved you, informed you, or inspired you, please do us a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to know what's happening in Africa today. We are not just reporting, we are reclaiming the narrative. Until next time, stay proud, stay free, and stay united. This is Voice of Africa, and we'll see you in the next episode.